Hey everyone, TJ here, doing threaded hinges. There have been some people asking how you do this. So to get to this step right here, obviously the model's been covered and everything's ready to go. Just mark some holes, make sure they're straight across from each other as best you can. Of course, measure twice, cut once. Size doesn't really matter that much as long as you're giving yourself enough room to work, because afterwards we're going to put a little drop of medium CA in there to seal it up nice and tight. One other thing I also do is once I drill the holes and resand everything, I just take a little CA on my fingertip and rub it over each hole just to harden it up a little bit. The thread we're using, I got it off Amazon. Look here. This is what I picked up from Amazon. What they call it now, since they move products and all that all the time. Not sure, but it's just regular Dacron thread. If it makes you feel better to buy half a flying line, go ahead and buy that. This looks exactly the same, in my opinion. So now, we've got a length of string. I've dipped the end of the string into a little bit of thin CA just to harden up the tip a little bit, make our lives easier. Take the open end of the string, and open end of the bite, I guess you call it, since this does wind up as a knot. And then we're just going to start making figure eights. When you tape your elevator on, make sure you tape from one side so that way you can move it up if you want, but you can't move it down, it just holds it nice and firm. Once you get the first two hinges on, you can take the tape off and go. This just makes life a little easier for you. I'll go down. Bring it up and in. This is how I learned from Bill Bischoff's Margaret June article, how to make hinges. I use this on my racers and a couple of sport planes I got. Works awesome. Here we go. We went down and through, came up the middle, and now we're going down again. So we got half of a figure eight right now. Bring it back up the middle. And back down. And then you'll also see, if you tighten on it and snug it up, it draws your hinge line in nice and tight. Don't let it crawl up onto the other surface, just bring it tight and in. The same thing we just did. Go up the middle. Go down. If you have a needle, it does make this a lot easier to use a needle, even though the holes are pre-drilled. I don't have a needle that fits, so I'm not using one. That's why I harden the end with the CA. Two. The whole time, just kind of keep applying tension to it. Helps it keep it nice and snug. We're going to do this 5 times. This being a little half a nobler from Vintage Performance. Awesome, easy kit to build. Highly recommend it. Well, one of these, actually 3 is probably enough for a plane this size, but it'll make me feel better to have more. And be careful as you're drawing your knot down, or your figure eights at this point rather. Just makes it look nice and pretty having them all lined up in a row. Also makes it easier to count too, like right now I'm at 3. And we'll do 4. 4 will be plenty. Just one up and through. Alright, then what we're going to do is we're going to tie off our knot and draw it through. I'm going to start by sending our original piece through the hole. Take our starting side, make your knot. I'm not good at knots. I don't know what this knot is called. But again, we're securing it with glue, so it should never come out in a perfect world. Grab it. As I said, not good at knots. Particularly on camera. And we just drop through. Oh, hopefully making a mess out of everything. What did I do here? There. There we go. Ah, beautiful. All right. Then this is gonna get bumpy for a second. Hang on. There you have it. Nice and simple. We'll just put a drop of CA in both those holes, trim it up, and then down we go. Nice instant minimum hinge gap, and it will be silky smooth. That's how you do it.